Today is Saturday, 14th of October 2023. In each year on 14th of October, that is today, the members of the IEC, ISO, and ITU celebrate World Standards Day, which is a means of paying tribute to the collaborative efforts of thousands of experts worldwide who develop the voluntary technical agreements that are published as international standards. World Standards Day, the same 14th of October every year, to raise awareness among the regulators, industry, and consumers to show the importance of the standardization to the global economy. Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day is observed on the 15th of October annually in the United States. Starting the newspaper analysis, we start with the newspaper The Hindu states that Operation Ajay, 235 Indian nationals arrived from conflict hit Israel. In the first batch of 212 Indians were flown out amid the Israel-Hamas conflict and arrived in the Indian on October 13. The Hindu newspaper also states that, quote, to pronounce a verdict in journalist Soumya Vishwanathan murder case on October 18. Vishwanathan was shot dead on September 30, 2008 while returning home from the work in her car. The Hindu newspaper also states that Central Bureau of Investigation arrests key accused in Manipur students' murder case. Palwang, 22, was tracked down to Pune, arrested, and then produced before a special court in Guwahati. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that Israel-Hamas war news live updates. Israel investigating events in southern Lebanon where Reuters journalist killed. Israel-Hamas war news live updates. Israel's military on Friday amazed attacks ahead of a likely ground offensive. As it is assured, Clarion called civilians to the northern Gaza to relocate to the south within the 24 hours. Israel-Hamas war live. Israel tanks and military vehicles take positions near Israel's border with the Gaza Strip in southern Israel on October 13, 2023. Indian Express also states that when ex-Indian Space Research Organization's chief was told to get lost by ISRO Satellite Center, learn from if the failure of Chandrayaan-3 was defined one day after the failure of the Chandrayaan-2, says K. Sivan. Exhorting students to learn from their failures in life and take risks, former chairman Indian Space Research Organization K. Sivan on Friday, and Chandrayaan-3 was defined and a day after a failure of Chandrayaan-2, former chairman of Indian Space Research Organization K. Sivan. Indian Express also states that Huadali migrant workers 70% from Bihar and Uttar Pradesh earn under Rs 20,000 a month. Lokniti as CSDS study shows. A study conducted by the Center for the Study of Developing Societies CSDS with a sample of size 1,017 people living in the different parts of the city shows that most of them, 45.5%, have been living in the city for the more than 10 years, while 28.7% were born here. In slum clusters and parts of unauthorized settlements in Delhi, 8 out of 10 people are from the three states, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal. Most of them moved to the city for work and the family income of over 78% less than 20,000 a month. Whereas the Hindustan Times newspaper states that terror hurts all. Modi calls for peace amid crisis in West Asia. The world has started to realize that terrorism in any part of the world, in any manifestation for any reason, is an act against humanity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said on Friday as he called for the peace and brotherhood against the backdrop of the fierce conflict raging in West Asia that has killed thousands. Prime Minister Narendra Modi at P20 summit on Friday. Colombo evasive to India over the permission to Chinese survey vessel 218 nautical miles east of Chennai in Bay of Bengal. Sri Lanka President Ranil Wickremesinghe is considering India's request to not allow Chinese survey and research vessel Shin Yan-6 to undertake a joint military scientific research with the island nation's National Aquatic Resource Research and Development Agency (NARSA) in Sri Lanka's exclusive economic zone between the late October and November this year. People familiar with the matter said. Talks on India-United Kingdom trade deal reach advanced stage, raise hopes on the both sides. India's key ask for liberalizing business mobility for short duration development of professionals in is only to facilitate trade between the two countries. Talks between India and the United Kingdom on a trade deal have reached an advanced stage as the negotiations have significantly narrowed differences on key issues, while a few unresolved matters will require a political nod for officials aware of the developments said on Friday. Going to the economy of the country, financial minister on conflict in West Asia concerns back on fuel inflation. Asked about the impact of high interest rates on the investment flows, Sitharaman said high interest rates won't be the only factor to influence investment, noting that emerging markets and developing countries are the engines of the growth. Asked about the impact of the high interest rates on investment flows, Sitharaman has said high interest rates won't be only factor to influence investment, noting that emerging markets and developing countries are the engines of the growth. India's exports declined 2.6% to $34.47 billion in September. Imports too fell by 15% to $53.84 billion as against $63.37 billion recorded in the September 2022. India's export declined by 2.6% to the United States dollar of $34.47 billion in September this year as against the United States dollar of $35.39 billion in the same month last year, government data showed on Friday. Imports too fell in the 15% to United States dollar of $53.84 billion against the United States dollar of $63.37 billion recorded in the September 2022. During the April-September this fiscal, exports contracted by 8.77% to $211.4 billion. India-United Kingdom trade pact talks in final stage. Commerce another team from the United Kingdom is also in the India to negotiate the bilateral investment treaty with the officials of the Ministry of Finance that will be signed along with the FTA financial trade agreement. The proposed FTA between the two countries, negotiations for which were started in January of 2022, covers 26 chapters of the policy areas. Point towards the world news, including Israeli shelling along Lebanon border kills one journalist, wounded six. Israel releases images of infants killed. Hamas suicide bombing at a Shiite mosque during a Friday prayers kills 7 worshippers in Afghanistan. Canadian police searching for a suspect after 3 Hindu temples broken into. Israel-Hamas war, what has happened and what caused the conflict? Yours FAQs answered. Teacher killed in knife attack in school in northern France. Alas. Going towards the science and technology, Cyberpunk as 2077 resurrects voice of the late actor in New DLC thanks to artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence technology helps Cyberpunk 2077 preserve the legacy of the late actor in DLC. Milo Ghost Rexek played the role of the Vector in the Polish version in the game. How to use the Google search's new DALL-E like artificial intelligence image generator. Did you know you can now generate artificial intelligence images directly on the Google search? Find out how you can join the labs programs and access the search generator experience tool. Google search's new artificial intelligence image generator is now available in the United States. Copilot is not autopilot. It keeps humans at the center. Frank Cho of Microsoft. Microsoft is a tool company. Microsoft is a platform company. When you give people tools, you want them to build on our platform. We are not the only ones that have a good idea, says Frank Cho. Frank X. Cho, ex-chief of communication officer of Microsoft. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Abul Kalam Ghulam Mahidin Ahmed bin Khairuddin Al-Hassani Azad, Maulana Abdul Kalam, whose birth anniversary is 11 November 1888 up to 22nd of February 1958, was an Indian independence activist, Islamic theologian, writer, and a senior leader of the Indian National Congress. Following the India's independence, he became the first Minister of Education in the Indian government. He is commonly remembered as the Maulana Azad. The word Maulana is an honorific meaning our master, and he had adopted Azad Free as his pen name. His contribution to the establishing the Education Foundation in India is recognized by the celebrating his birthday as a National Education Day across India. Maulana Kalam says a famous quotation. He says that educationists should build the capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial, and moral leadership among the students and became their role model. Okay, thank you.